Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book on record episode to do. Today's book is Robin Hood from 1973. So let's get started.
This is a Disneyland original little long-playing record, and I am your story reader. I'm going to begin now to read the story of Robin Hood. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when Tinker Bell rings her little bells like this. Let's begin now. Alan a Dale was a folk singer, or a minstrel, as they called them long ago. He was also a member of Robin Hood's band. Perhaps you remember how Robin Hood and Little John and all their friends lived in Sherwood Forest and were often chased by the Sheriff of Nottingham. The Sheriff took tax money from the poor and gave it to Prince John, who was already rich. Then Robin borrowed it back again. One day, Robin Hood and Little John heard the royal coach coming. Sure enough, there was Prince John, counting his gold and trying on the king's crown that belonged to his brother Richard. King Richard was off on the Crusades because Sir Hiss, John's advisor, had hypnotized him. Prince John and the coach were too much of a temptation. Robin and Little John disguised themselves as gypsies and asked to tell the royal fortune. While kissing Prince John's hands, Robin took the stones out of his rings. Little John, meanwhile, helped himself to the gold in the treasure chest and the solid gold hubcaps on the coach. When the prince tried to follow them, the coach wheels came off and the royal party landed in the mud. Prince John sent his sheriff around to collect more taxes. The sheriff could smell money anywhere, even the single coin that was Skippy Bunny's birthday present. Robin Hood didn't feel Skippy should miss out on his birthday. He gave Skippy a bow and arrow and his own large hat. It's big, but you'll grow into it, said Robin. The first time Skippy tried the bow, his arrow went over Prince John's castle wall. Maid Marian and Lady Cluck were on the other side. Marian was Robin's friend. Long ago, they had been childhood sweethearts. In the forest, Friar Tuck, another member of Robin's band, came to tell him an archery contest was to be held. Maid Marian would give a kiss to the winner. Naturally, Robin wanted to go. Besides, wasn't he the best archer in the land? Robin dressed up as a stork, Little John as a duke, for the contest was really a plot of Prince John's to capture Robin. Soon the stork and the sheriff were the only ones left in the contest. The stork won, even though the sheriff tried to cheat by having the target moved. When Robin came to claim his prize, Prince John was ready. Robin was seized and tied up, but Little John grabbed the prince from behind, forcing him to let Robin go. Then a big fight began. The prince's guards were about to seize Maid Marian, so Robin climbed a pole, grabbed a rope, and swung down to her rescue. Then he and his friends escaped to the forest. In a quiet glen, hidden by a waterfall, the men of Sherwood and the villagers of Nottingham held a celebration. Little John sang them a song, making fun of Prince John. Prince John was so angry at the song that he ordered the taxes doubled and tripled. No one could pay. Prisons were full. The sheriff even robbed the church poor box and then jailed Friar Tuck for objecting. Now Robin was in real danger. Prince John knew he would try to rescue Briartup. Robin and Little John decided to scale the high wall around the jail before dawn. The sheriff was asleep. His deputies, Nutsy and Trigger, were not. Robin captured Nutsy, and disguised in Nutsy's cape, he stole the sheriff's keys. Then he opened the door of the jail. Little John freed Briartup. Then the friar released the other prisoners. Robin, meanwhile, had climbed up a long rope to Prince John's bedroom. Prince John was sound asleep, surrounded by bags of gold. Robin rigged the double rope between the bedroom window and the jail and tied the bags of gold to it. As the gold reached the jail, Little John took the bags off the rope and gave them to the people, who started to make their escape from the castle. But Prince John and Sir Hiss woke up and called for their guards to capture Robin. The courtyard became a jumble of flying arrows, guards, and fleeing prisoners. Trapped in the castle, Robin was almost hit by a flaming torch hurled by the sheriff. He escaped by diving into the moat. When he didn't come up, Prince John and Sir Hiss thought he had drowned, and so did Little John and all of Robin's merry men. But instead he was swimming underwater and finally came up to rejoin all his friends. As they all joined in the celebration in Sherwood Forest, King Richard came back from the Crusades, and good times returned. Robin Hood and Maid Marian were married, and all their friends came to wish them happiness.
Let's play the B side of this.
We'd
So that was Robin Hood for 1973. Now I've seen this movie about 50 times back in the 80s. It was a pretty good, fast-paced movie. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and have a groovy day. And our next book will be Casper the Friendly Ghost Jungle Friends.